You are listening to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Radio Rossonera and Milan fans all over the world.
Donnarumma at the double, sensational from him.
Rafael Leao produces a moment of utter magic.
Teo Hernandez al volo! Teo Hernandez! Ancora lui! Una meraviglia!
Ibrahimovic! Zlatan Ibrahimovic! Fuori classe assoluto!
We have a lot of impatient people, Steve, in the comments. We're like 2-3 minutes late, and it's a whole chaos. The internet is frozen. They're getting manscaped. Buonasera a tutti. Buonasera, Stevie P. How are you?
Buonasera.
Buonasera. No more standing desk.
No.
So you know what? Let's get straight into it because we have lots to talk about, even though there's no Milan. Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. Here we talk everything Milan, even when there is no Milan. We talk Milan and international Rossoneri Milan, and when we're not professionals.
Nor do we pretend to be.
Yes, and let's get the housekeeping stuff out of the way, Stevie P. Just wanted to wish two newest Patreon members, bringing up our total to 48. Still incredible. To Zaid and Josh, thank you very much for joining. So, and stay tuned, possibly this week. I love how David, Steve, I don't know if you saw on Patreon. Hey guys, how about we do a podcast about talking about the Italy games? And I'm like, but that's what the whole podcast is about. But David, we'll do something. We'll do something soon. So, thank you to those Patreon. Truly humbling, and thank you very much for that. So, Steve, maybe one day we'll get to 50. Who would have thought 50 members?
Who knows?
Steve, a little side note. Giacinti, I know you posted up to her. I hope she responded or she saw, but wow, what a great win from the Rossoneri. 4 goals, I believe, and if we could take those goals from the women and bring it to the men for the next derby, but a great thing to celebrate. Unfortunately, not broadcasted to the masses around the world, but great to see, obviously.
Yeah, maybe they're going to get there one day, and she got the poker.
She's il poker, definitely. And anything for you on the housekeeping? I know there's a couple of things from the World Cup qualifiers, but we're going to get into it as we talk. Nice jacket. We kind of coordinated. I'm maybe 20 years behind you, Steve. What year is this? I'm not sure. Is this 98?
Kappa?
Guys, in the comments, is this? I'm trying to remember. Kappa, when the logo changed, I'm trying to think. Like Euro 2000? No, 2000 was. Where's Facebook, Frank, when you need him? But this has got to be. No, the Adora was.
That reminds me of the Euro.
This is a Euro, but Anwar directly from yeah, I don't know how he's still awake there, but 2002, yeah, no, definitely. But next one, Steve, I know I have the 1990 jersey that Lenny had gifted me when I went to see him. So next time we'll wear that one there. Stevie P, anything for you on the housekeeping?
No, just guys, keep your phones open. We're trying to do live to Facebook, to Instagram. So we're testing it tonight just because we needed a long episode. To be very honest with you right now, I don't think it's working. But
it says it's got a green.
Yeah, it says, but I don't think it is working. Maybe Instagram is blocking us from going live. We tried, but
we tried.
Everybody on Instagram, there is a couple of Facebook accounts, a couple of Facebook pages, a YouTube account, a Twitter account, and a Twitch account that you can follow us at. If we find a way, we'll do it.
Steve, the big question is, have you watched the Steiner cut?
No.
But on that side, let's get into directly. Let's talk about the Azzurri. We're going to touch into Milan because a lot of questions on Patreon came to Milan. Steve, we played Northern Ireland. We played Bulgaria. I know against Bulgaria, it's been a very long time which we haven't won. What I know we're definitely gonna probably argue about this, but your take on the games so far, what you've seen, 2 goals on both games, 2 wins. Great to see the Azzurri continue on this path of victory. But how about you? Were you able to watch both games?
Yeah, so I watched the Northern Ireland game there, and those are the frustrating games that Italy plays. Like back in the day, we would have taken that 1-0 lead, and even though it was with Northern Ireland, we wouldn't have done anything much more. We were going to be happy because we knew that, and we were confident enough that they were not going to score against us. Now the qualifying has changed. Now it has a lot of emphasis on goals, and I think Mancini is doing the right thing. He wants the guys to continue to press, to continue to score goals. Guys, against Northern Ireland, we just missed too many chances. That game would have finished 4-0 if we would have had some sort of informed striker.
The second half, and it seemed like the first half was really good, and then we just kept on missing these chances. Immobile, is this the curse, Steve, of you play good in Serie A and then it comes up to the national team? I know he scored, but it's just he missed what was that ball from Florenzi in the first game? It's like, oh my god, and he just a sitter. And are you worried?
I am a bit worried. I think this team is stacked with talent, and I think that in the Euro we will, if we play the way we've been playing, will cause problems. But we can't afford to miss these chances against better opposition. And that's going to be something that's going to hurt us. I think defensively, they need to sort out who their back pairing is. To be very honest with you, and no disrespect to Bonucci and Chiellini, I think their time is done.
No, you could disrespect.
I think they need to look more. But this is a national thing. I don't look at colors when it's national.
Who would be this? Romagnoli did he get any minutes whatsoever? And
I don't even think Romagnoli got selected.
So who's the center backs? Let's say get rid of Bonucci. Oh, get rid of who are your other choice? I know Acerbi.
I think Acerbi needs to start.
Acerbi needs to start, and Bonucci. Look, guys, if Bonucci is going to be able to, come on, but we do need. How old are those guys? I know Chiellini's got to be close to 40. Is he not?
Close, but again, injury prone. Again, injury.
Gio saying Bastoni and Acerbi are like sticks as we remember him.
Yeah.
But all in all, even how about Bulgaria? Did you watch them against Bulgaria? How was that?
Yeah, Bulgaria. I think they came out a little bit sluggish playing away, but again, missing too many chances. We got a really soft penalty against Bulgaria that put us in the lead. I found there was a little bit of a problem on the right-hand side with Chiesa. I don't think he was understanding Mancini's game plan. That's a little bit worrisome because he's been in form and didn't look very good. Again, look, it's opposition that we have to beat, right? They were really also scoreboard watching. They were looking at the Switzerland match and seeing how many goals they scored. I think, again, that would be another game where we miss some clear-cut chances. I see a fantastic through ball from Locatelli and, Immobile hits the keeper. You can't have that in the Euro.
No, you can't have that. And I know we had this discussion a few months ago and you were kind of, harsh on me. It's just for me, I haven't seen them. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy to see, them putting points together and wins. And I just feel like they haven't been challenged. And I wanted to ask you this, right? So I'm gonna name the players that started in these last couple of games. Berardi, Immobile, Insigne, Verratti, Locatelli, Pellegrini, Florenzi, Bonucci, Chiellini, Emerson. Then we had the Belotti, Chiesa, Sensi, Barella, Spinazzola, Acerbi. These are all players that started for the national team. Do you think, it's great to see them win, don't get me wrong. And I just look at these teams and, let's look at, Locatelli had a great performance on the second game, but is it worrisome that these players, Steve, are not players for the, top four teams? I don't know. You don't find this could be.
No.
I don't know. For me, it just seems worrisome to see, maybe the quality of Serie A or maybe the amount of Italian players in the top four teams in Italy, but is looking at this team that we have right now, do you believe in their chances to going all the way?
I think if they play and they score, I think they have all the tools. I think we need, again, it's funny that we're going to talk about it again. I think they need to find something on that right-hand side because against Bulgaria, let's be honest, Florenzi and Bonucci, at a certain point, if I'm Mancini, I'm telling one of the players, can you please go tell them that they're not playing in the midfield? Like, we cannot give away balls like that. And I understand Bonucci stretches the field, and I give him the credit because there's some of the balls that he puts on a silver platter for these strikers. But again, against better opposition, you're losing that ball. And it's not like you don't have quality in the midfield. We had against Bulgaria, we had Verratti. Didn't play the best game. You had Barella. You had players who felt it looked like Verratti and Barella, because they were skipping the midfield, it looked like they were not involved in the game as much. So that's a big problem. The first game, I think Locatelli was great the first game and the second game. And I think we have to admit, as Milan players, he was the best player for Italy these past two games.
I know he came off the bench, no? In the first one?
In the second one, he came off the bench too.
And scored a beautiful goal on that one. And even you're talking about Verratti, Verratti's now considered a veteran. It's like looking at all these young kids. So look, so far so good. How about Mancini, Steve? I don't think you can criticize the guy like what he's been doing so far, right?
No.
Do you have any nitpicking to maybe to Mancini?
Yeah, I was never the biggest Mancini fan, but I have to say that he's making them play a modern style of football, which I like. I'm just a little bit frustrated with his call-ups there. Like, I'm done with the Emersons. I'm done with I'm done, like, not done, but like Florenzi can't start. You understand? Like, if you want to make a run, you have to have the best informed players, find the best 11 at the best time. And he has a short time to do it. And in the midfield is going to be something that he's going to have to really put under a magnifying glass, because we have so much talent. It's a long time that we don't have this much talent in the midfield. And we have two strikers that in Serie A, they find goals. Immobile scores with Lazio. When Belotti is not hurt, he does score with a Torino that doesn't give him as much service as he's getting now, but we can't miss those chances.
Definitely. Before we get into the Milan players abroad, Steve, did you watch the Portugal-Serbia game?
Yes, I did.
You brought up a good point, Steve. You really did in the chat. Isn't there not the guy with the watch and crossing the line? And I was trying to figure. So I guess they do not.
No, so, not all the fields for the FIFA qualifiers are equipped with goal line technology or VAR.
It's all fun and dandy with the Montari memes and Ronaldo taking away his armband. Look, the reaction, I could understand it, but that's not a way how to react on a pitch, especially as a captain of a team, as a veteran. But
guys, come on,
Steve, in 2020,
let's laugh, guys. Let's laugh. If that was Italy. Everybody who said that Ronaldo overreacted, replaced the Portugal jersey with the Italy jersey. Guys, I would have broken my TV.
Okay.
Let me put it even worse for you. Yeah. Let's say Portugal doesn't qualify because of that.
Is it what I'm getting at, Steve? It's 2021. How is they do not have the what do you call it, the what's the name? Hawkeye
goal line technology and the VAR.
How did they not have that? Like, that's so basically, the World Cup qualifiers have no VAR. Or
not all of them. Like at Parma, they were equipped for it. The first game, they had it.
It's just like, yes, we laughed. It's fine, but yeah, if you would put it in our on our side, no, I don't think would be. No
one would be laughing. And you know what? Everybody criticized him for that for that reaction, guys. Yeah,
he apologized.
He apologized, but it's the heat of the moment. Like he knew that he scored. They were gonna win the game. And now they tied. And let's say this tie puts them in second place and they have to play a playoff. And in that playoff, they lose.
Let's put it this way, gentlemen. In Korea 2002, if the referee Moreno would have came and apologized to us, Wouldn't have made wouldn't have made a difference. And it's fun as Milanistas to laugh, but it's gotta suck as a Portuguese person, as a Portuguese national.
You brought up a very good point, guys. In 2002, there were many calls against Italy that were not in our favor, and I call it the upside down World Cup, and we were livid, and the players were livid, and the coaches were livid.
And this was proven, right? Several years after he got caught with smuggling cocaine. What was his name? Moreno.
Oh, I have no idea.
He actually got caught like smuggling cocaine. I think this is about like 7 or 8 years ago, maybe more. And he actually said, yes, he was pressured into making sure that South Korea was going to make it. But anyways, I do have that game against South Korea, Steve, on my hard drive, but I don't think I want to watch it again because it's maybe to rewatch it to say like, oh my God, how bad was that game? A lot of people don't remember. Remember that penalty that they gave South Korea and Buffon actually stopped it? Yes. And then Bobo Vieira missing an open net like in the 88th minute or the 89th minute.
We did a lot of
memories. Did you catch anything else, Steve? Maybe touching Milan players. I know, a lot of us happy to see like a guy like Ibra playing for Sweden after that whole during was it maybe 6 months ago, like the coach he's not coming back, this and that. Qatar playing for, I think he actually captained his team if I'm not mistaken. Çalhanoğlu scoring for Turkey. But on the other side, it's like I hope they don't get hurt. Yeah. Did you catch anything from all the other players?
No, I watched the Germany game against Iceland. That was men against boys, unfortunately. Look, I've always said it, I'm not a big fan of the friendlies. I wasn't a big fan of the Nations League. For the World Cup qualifiers, I think they're just being done at a really, really wrong time with the Euros coming up. Like they could have deferred them a bit, but then I guess it might go into their holidays. To be very honest, I love watching Italy play, and I really get up for it. The other teams there, like even though Ibra was playing, I'm not gonna watch it for the qualifiers. I like to see the highlights and look at I'm not gonna watch a Turkey game.
No. But Turkey actually surprised. I believe they won both their games so far, and Çalhanoğlu had a good performance. So from what I'm reading, guys, I'm not going to pretend I watched Hakan play. But who else? I know we had Tonali. I believe got red carded in his under 23. Is it under 23 or under 21? Tonali.
Yeah, the under 23, and he has a 3-match ban. And Italy is collecting more red cards in that under 23 than goals.
But still, from the under 21s and the under 23s that we've seen in the past, right? The future does look bright, so we'll see where that brings us. Qatar, like I don't understand him playing, Steve. I'm sure, no offense to Simon, but you're making him play, you're making him start. He didn't get hurt. I'm happy for that, right? But this is where let's say if you would have got hurt, right? This is where you're like, did he actually need to start playing this game? I know. Did he captain the game?
Look at Belgium. Mertens, he might be hurt.
But now they said Lukaku, he will not play the full 90 minutes. I don't know if you saw that for the qualifiers. I don't know where they came up with that decision. It's like if you want to qualify for World Cup, you got to bring your best players out there. But yeah, Mertens might get hurt. Now Napoli's been on a run. And all of a sudden, let's say you're missing these key players. But on the other side, Steve, is this not soccer, football? Look, this is the way the season goes, and you got to get used to these kind of situations, no?
Yeah, I think they could have worked the schedule a little bit more. This is a bit ridiculous. There's a bit too much soccer being played.
Saying Hakan played awesome last 2 matches. He scored and assisted 2 goals. So, Hakan, can you bring Hakan van Basten? Bring that over to Milan and. Stevie P, we do have it's Sunday the game, correct? At 6:30 in the morning for Eastern time. I know somebody had mentioned Saturday, but it's definitely on Sunday if I'm not mistaken. Guys, correct me, but it is shouldn't be playing Saturday because they're playing
Saturday. It's Easter.
Oh, it is Saturday at 6:30 a.m., gentlemen. So yes, It is Easter. Thank you very much, Stevie P.
There's Lithuania on Wednesday or Thursday, I think.
Wednesday for Lithuania.
We're not tell people that we're not talking about Gigio because he really had almost nothing to do the 2 games. It's not that we don't want to talk about him, but we'll talk about him and his contract and all the beautiful rumors that happened during the
yes. And I know they're going to be we're going to be touching base on those questions. I know we're saying that Diaz was injured. Hopefully, nothing bad on Diaz. We need this Hakan to ball out to the last 10 games. Yes, Nathan. Sundays, Easter's all game on Saturday like a Sunday schedule. Yes, Faz, Compare Faz. Thank you. And Compare Faz, I think you will like this. Stevie P, with your blessing, with Rafa Rispo and Kubani from Stereo Serie A, possibly this Thursday, we're going to do a wrestling / Serie A podcast. Would you like to join? No. We're going to mix it up together. No?
No.
So, guys, check it out. We might have some fun from there. They're very excited about this, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. Taking it over to the question, Steve, starting with Husney. Good afternoon, Vinny and Steve from Saudi Arabia. Recently, the transfer rumors have been heating up, and even though I think it's still too early, a lot of young names being thrown around. Do you guys believe there should be a greater focus on experience? We already have quite a number of young players around. Zlatan proves that you still need to balance things out. I like, we keep on saying building young players, Steve, but how much emphasis would you put on players with experience? Obviously, with salary, right? But you
have to have a good mix. You have to have a good mix.
Definitely, right? Anybody, let's say, from experience that you've heard, names that you've heard that would be like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind something like this. And anybody that you've seen in the news so far, or
right now, the news is like a general hospital. It changes every day, and the story never ends. So, if you guys are looking into the rumors now, it's going to be a long summer for you guys. Let me tell you that much. But I think. There was an article where they showed the babies that are coming after Ibrahimovic. It's like, I get that we're going deep into the scouting report, but again, they're young players that have signed and are playing right now. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know who they are. And in terms of experience, it has to be the right fit, right? So like Ibra is a right fit for Milan because he's a freak of nature. And then we see Mandzukic where, experience, yes, but unfortunately, due to injury and even when he played, it has not been panning out, right? So you see the double-edged sword with the experience and youth. So it's tough. It's tough. Plus, Milan Twitter, we can't handle youth. We don't have the patience for development.
Steve, let's be honest. With the amount of injuries that we've had this year, what do we had? A mixture of youth and experience. I don't think we would have had so much of a big difference in the standings that we're at right now. That we've played with, 3/4 of a team for 3/4 of the season. But all depending on the salaries, that's what it comes down to. People talking about Tomori, the salary here, who do we got to resign, and it will come up in the questions. So I'm gonna follow them because I know we're gonna have a lot of things to comment on that one. Fabio saying, "Hey boys, international break sucks. How are we feeling about the 2022 Winter World Cup? How are they planning to pause the domestic leagues for 2 months? Sounds like a waste of time to have given Qatar this World Cup, but at least in 2026 it will be here in North America." Forza Milan. How do you feel, Steve, about this, the Winter Cup and 2 months off? In the end, this is the way it's got to go. Fabio, yes, it's going to be in North America, but unfortunately, us here in Montreal, we thought we were getting a game, but not happening. We'll see what happens in 2026. But
I still have faith. Denis Qatar is coming back to be the mayor of Montreal, and we're going to get it. We're going to get a game. I'm telling you.
You actually think he's gonna revamp the Olympic Stadium and he's gonna get us all fixed up? Actually,
I believe him.
I don't have a problem believing that, but yes, for anybody that's not Montrealers, I have no idea what we're talking about. Steve, in the end, yeah, they're gonna put probably a break to 2 months of domestic lease. They're gonna have to do it, right? Because there's way too much money. Even though there might not be any fans, who knows what's gonna go on? But they can't just, yeah, okay, we're gonna do it.
2022, there's gonna be fans. There's going to be fans, right? David saying, yes, that's right. We're going to get a game. So let's keep the hope. You know what? We're going to let's get Denis Coderre as a guest on our podcast and ask him the hard questions. The 2022 World Cup is I want to see the Netflix video on this thing. I want to see how they got it because I don't believe that this is something that should have been handed out.
Did you see how many workers died?
Exactly. Yeah, they're calling it the blood cup, the blood World Cup. So, to be very honest, I want to stay away from this thing. I don't like these tournaments that have all sorts of controversy surrounding them. I hope we qualify. I hope we play. But
it's gonna come out, Steve.
For me, it's unfair. I get they wanna grow the game, and in Qatar they have a ton of money. But is Qatar the right place to do the World Cup? The World Cup should be celebrated, and it should go to like a continent or a country and a continent that flourishes or is going like the United States. Yes, they had a lot of money, but soccer was growing in that country. They were showing it. Like, I can't say the same thing about Qatar. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong.
They had to build all these stadiums.
Exactly. They had to build them, and that don't fit in Qatar. Let's be honest, Joe. Qatar cannot handle all these stadiums, so they're made in a way that they can be broken down and either sold to somewhere else or put somewhere else. So we understand that it's money driven, and that's why they were given or won the World Cup, but at the expense of people. I'm pretty sure that there's accidents around the workplace, but here it seems like
but the number is ridiculous.
Yeah, the number is ridiculous. So,
one saying, what are why are there so many hurdles to have a couple of games in Canada for 2026 besides Toronto? Parce que ça s'appelle la langue française, Juan. Ici, here is very important that we follow all the rules, the politics, that the FIFA signs are all in moitié français, moitié anglais. No, Juan, just to joke around, I think because of the infrastructure of the Olympic Stadium, which I think last time, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, they were saying that to actually invest the money to renovate, they didn't see the or I think it's the government that didn't want to put in money to renovate the Olympic Stadium because it gets 65,000 people. They know the fans are here. Guys, they filled up for the impact. Excuse me, what is it called? Le Club de Foot. Club de Foot Montréal. So no, I think it's a lot of politics in there. But yeah, Steve has mentioned maybe the newest mayor that might get elected this November, I believe. Who knows? He sounds Italian to me. Yes, Comparcic, scandalous number of deaths. It's really, guys, if you take a look at the article, I don't know if the number is true, but when you see it popping up on several websites, it's actually scary to think about. Peter Bernardi, cari amici, what is the plan for the right wing? It's been an issue all season. Rumors, more like obvious news, is the Samu is out. What the heck do we do? Steve, if we're not buying anybody, Samu ain't going anywhere, is he?
I hope for the love of Jesus that we're buying someone, because I would like to be in the Champions League, and I'm not going to the Champions League with Salsicha Maker and Samu Castillejo. No disrespect to both players. They either one or the other can be a helpful super sub or sub, but we're not going to the Champions League with that right hand side. Today I read Leicester want to hijack Thauvin. Surprise, surprise! Those are the fantastic rumors. We've heard Thauvin for the past year and a bit. So let's see this summer if he wants to go there. Guys, during the Milan club chat while Italy was playing, a lot of people were talking about, Berardi. Mm-hmm. I have no problem with that. I think that his immaturity when he started his career, I think, might be behind him. He's playing in the national team.
He's a Milan killer.
He's a Milan killer. He plays on the right-hand side. He's left-footed, so we have that cutting-in option. And I like him
break the bank
because he's Calabrese, and we're good.
And wasn't it his 4 goals, Steve, that got Allegri fired? Was that on the last game? I believe so, against Sassuolo. Yeah. Anwar saying Thauvin is asking for $4.5 to $5 million a year. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for this kind of salary. Who knows where we're gonna finish and see where we're gonna be? But there's a lot more things pressing than signing these wingers. We shall see. David saying, no questions for you guys this week, but just keep up the good work. But I have a suggestion. You think we could do a podcast this week on the World Cup qualifiers and talk about the Milan players representing their countries? Hakan for Turkey, Gigio Tonali under 20.
He even named it. Is he taking the president? Is he taking Marcello classes?
Yes, he is.
Taking Presidente class where he has to. He really thinks we're that dumb. Like he really thinks that we can't read or we don't know that those players actually play for their countries. And what will we do a podcast about on international break? Would we talk about, I don't know, we'll talk about Saudi Arabia's national team and, with the great things that they're doing? Canada.
What did they win today? Was it 4-0 in the 30th minute?
I think it finished 10-0.
But yes, thank you, David. And he says, let's not forget our Lord and Savior Zlatan, Kessie as well. Other than that, can't wait to see our beloved Milan back on the pitch. Forza Milan. David, stay tuned. We'll do a Patreon special just for you, buddy. Now, Paulie, good evening, Vinny and Steve. Are you guys worried about the $25 million euro commission? Raiola is rumored to be looking forward to renew Gigio's contract. He's pushing to extend for maybe 2 to 3 years. And then what? Will he run down his contract again and make further wage increases during the last 3 months? How do Milan prevent this from happening in the future with Gigio and the Hakan van Basten of this world? Forza Milan, always my friends. Steve, do you believe this whole that he's trying to get?
I don't believe, and I wanna be the unpopular opinion again, guys. If you're a player playing football in Europe, you want your agent to be Mino Raiola. Vince is frozen.
He's doing his job. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're choppy, but I could see you.
He's doing his job. I get it. But
I'm going to send you guys an article of Forbes magazine. It says the top agents in world sports, how much they make. Then you'll have a different perspective of Mino Raiola.
Okay, Steve. We're not
You're chopping.
debating that.
Internet is bad.
Why is it that he's the only one that we hear about that he's lavish and he likes to come out and talk and all this? I think that's what the problem is. Raiola. I know he's doing his job, Steve, but in the end, doesn't the players will and the wants, don't they? So if Donnarumma wants to stay at Milan and Milan's going to offer him 8, but Juventus is going to offer him 9, Raiola is going to push him to go to Juventus because he's going to make an extra $250,000?
No, I don't think that's gonna be the deciding factor. But guys, you think the players are all beautiful, right? You think the players, they love Milan. Everybody loves Milan. Everybody wants to stay here. Everybody. If they give him $15 million a year, would you stay? Someone's offering you 10 and someone's offering you 15.
How much money do you need? That's what it comes out. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back because we've been saying, and I've been saying a lot, this is a business. Stop talking about okay, it's a business. I get it. But Steve, are you worried? This is what it comes down to.
No, because I've come to terms with this. I've come to terms with this a long time ago, guys. This is a business. There's no one safe. Berlusconi had to sell Kaká. Berlusconi had to sell Shevchenko. Remember we were talking about last week. Berlusconi had all the money.
So
remember, what did we say last week?
I said last week that if he really wanted to spend the money, he would have spent it. Yeah.
He wanted to spend the money on keeping Kaká and keeping Shevchenko?
No, I said 2011, my conversation with you was that if he really wanted to take his money out of his pockets, he would have spent it. Now we're talking about...
But he sold Kaká, he sold Shevchenko, he sold Ibra, and he sold Thiago Silva.
And for Kaká and Shevchenko, he came out on the winning end on those ones because they did not perform at Real Madrid. They did not perform at Chelsea. Am I wrong?
Oh, now we came out on the winning end. This is beautiful. This is the social media dancing. This is dancing on social media. First we cry, and then after we say, "Oh, but they didn't play well."
Who's crying? Who's crying?
I'm saying Milan fans. You were not upset when they sold Kaká?
Of course, I was upset.
Okay, so then it's a figure of speech. I'm just saying you were angry the same way I was angry.
Yeah.
That was a defining moment at Milan. Selling Ibra, selling Thiago Silva was a defining moment at Milan.
Well, now we're not talking about selling, Steve. We're gonna lose them for fucking free.
Yeah, but that's not their problem. That's not Gigio Donnarumma's problem. That's management that didn't settle this contract a long time ago. We said the other time, give Gigio whatever he wants.
Yes.
So give him whatever he wants. And that means you're going to have to pay the agent. Vince, this guy here, I'm going to post the article after.
Is he first? Top 5 for sure.
Scott, who? He's not even in the realm. He's not even in the realm.
Really?
Of these guys. Yeah, no. This is another ball game, Vince.
Top 5.
This is tunnel vision by Serie A Twitter guys and people that don't know.
Steve, what I was asking.
Let me finish.
Sorry. Yeah.
This guy here, Scott Boras, okay, last year, he closed contracts totaling 41.2 billion.
Why haven't we heard about him? I think that's the problem, is that he's like an Ibrahimovic of agents. If he wouldn't come out
good agent. He's a very good agent. Look, the Gio right away, he knows who Scott Boras is.
Yeah.
Because these are $250 million contracts. They don't exist in Europe.
Yeah.
They don't exist, guys. So this guy here, he doesn't get a pay, guys. You go to work, Vinny, you get paid. This guy, his job is to get paid when he signs a player. Now, the fees, I don't know what the fees are, but this is a bit on FIFA too, because if you continue reading this article at the bottom, NFL teams, NBA teams, agents are capped at 3 to 4% of the player's contract. FIFA, it's 10%.
That's interesting. Okay. I did not know that.
So he's looking to get paid. The same way Gigio is getting paid, the agent needs to get paid. This is the hypocrisy, though. Like, what do you want this guy to say? Oh, Vince, Steve, Milan Weekly Podcast, all your fans. My name is Mino Raiola. Because you guys have been crying for 10 years, I'm going to take $0, won't get paid for this, and leave you Gigio.
My problem, I could speak for myself, is that's the job of an agent. I agree with you. Why is he the only one that we hear about? Why is he the only one talking to the press?
Why is Mourinho the only coach who it's a plan. It's his way of deflecting attention. He wants that attention. He doesn't want the attention on Gigio. He wants that attention. Guys, the Major League Baseball, they're at hundreds of millions of dollars, guys. No disrespect to baseball players, but they're fleeing around the ball. And I like baseball. I don't hate baseball, but we're at hundreds of millions of dollars. Here, the 25 million that he's asking for, guys, it's a regular guy in baseball who plays second base. He's going to get a 1-year contract, $25 million.
So in the end, we're worried? Are we
worried? I'm not worried. What do you want me to be worried about?
Losing Gigio for free.
It's not. I can't do anything about it. That's management. What do you want me to do?
I'm not asking you to do anything.
They cannot lose him for that. So that's why. Shut up, everybody. Pay the guy his money. You got trapped. If it's $25 million the fee, fork out $25 million now. You want to keep Gigio Donnarumma, yes or no?
Of course.
So fork out the money. Let's stop crying and fork out the money. You think he's worth $10 million? You're the management of Milan. You think he's worth $10 million? Yes or no?
Of course.
So give him the money.
The whole signing bonuses, if we don't have that money, financial fair play, I don't know.
There's no financial. They took it out. It's gone. It's gone. Real Madrid has no money. Barcelona has no money. PSG has no money, apparently. So what happens when the big clubs don't have no money? There's no more standards. There's no more. The only people who suffered really in financial fair play was Milan, Inter, Roma, and the Portuguese teams, and I think Turkish teams. Those are the only teams that suffered. No one else got a penalty. Now, magically, FIFA fair play doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Elliot, you wanna bounce with the big boys? Cash, my chum. Cash.
You bought Argentina. You can spot a couple of dollars.
I'm fed up of the conversation, Vince. That's why I'm so animated about it. It's because everybody says, they call them names. You understand? Like,
no, I
no, but let me finish.
Sorry.
They call him names. They destroy the guy. In the end, the guy is doing his job. The fees in soccer for agents has existed forever. Forever. And probably there's fees more. Mendes, who takes care of Ronaldo, you think he doesn't get any fees? He's just
why don't we hear about Mendes?
About them. Because he doesn't talk about them. He chooses to talk about them. In the end, he has to do a job. He has to represent his player. His player might want to stay at Milan, but he's going to have to get paid.
Pay the man, guys. Pay him. At this point, we're just going to have to eat it.
I don't think it'll be 25, but it's going to be a hefty price.
Fucking pay. Definitely will. Greg, while there is no denying the impact of Zlatan, I am on the view that agreeing to pay him $7 million is affecting the wage demands of Hakan and now Kessie. Yes, Zlatan proves it. Yes, Zlatan proves a reference point for the attack. But the fact is that Kessie, Benacer, Theo, probably Hakan are just as important currently and more important moving forward. Additionally, Zlatan cannot and does not play every game. We need to be smart, and if the wage bill needs to be crunched, we need to secure these players who will be the team's core moving forward and perhaps offer Zlatan less. So why you laugh? You don't think he makes a point for $7 million? It's got to be a factor, does it not, Steve? His salary?
What do we care now? Now we don't care anymore.
So let's say we sign him next year. You're going to give him $7 million again?
If that's what he wants. Don't you think he's deserved it? We're going to give $10 million to Gigio.
Yeah. And to Mansour, who's the Sunny guy? He makes some sick design. Sunny, he's part of the, he's on the payroll. Milan Weekly Podcast, I believe he's actually commenting.
Oof, someone has to, Patreon. We're going to upgrade Vinny's internet. Madonna mia, Madonna.
I should have rebooted it. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, Steve, or get the internet high speed and just do it that way there. But Steve, in the end, you're saying pay him whatever he wants, the $7 million here. But
that's what he's demanding. You understand that? That's what he wants to pay. Some players take a pay cut. Tariq Hill, NFL is huge on renegotiating your restructuring your contract. Okay, NFL guys, let's for people who don't know, their contracts are not guaranteed. Not all the money is guaranteed. You can sign for $100 million, and only $10 million is guaranteed. And these owners are asking their players to restructure their contract. That guy goes into a bad tackle and blows out his knee. He's not seeing $100 million. So now you're telling this 39-year-old that came back.
I know NFL is kind of screwed up. Yeah.
So you're asking the 39-year-old who come back. We love him, but then when it's time to pay, it's too much. The guy is our leading scorer right now.
But
he's 39.
Yes. And that's something we need to resolve by next year. We cannot just rely. If Mandzukic doesn't show up for the next 10 games.
Is it his fault that he's 39 and he leads Milan scoring? Tell me Zlatan had 3 goals. Tell me he had 3 goals and he won $7 million. I would be against it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. who? Okay, you're paying a guy $7 million a year. Who's making $7 million a year right now and scoring as much as Ibra? Like, would you not invest that money into somebody that's younger? You're still going to pay Ibra, don't get me wrong. We're still going to pay Ibra probably for next year, right? He's saying like maybe did a toll.
Madon, it's the internet. I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know what you're saying.
Can you? I can hear you perfectly fine.
I know, but I can't.
Sorry. Would you like to keep on talking while I go reboot, or is this good, guys? Let us know in the comments if it's bad on both ends. But so, and you in the end, if he still asks for $7 million next year, Steve, just pay him $7 million.
It's a 1-year contract. It's not. We've blown money on worse things. Trust me.
Oh yes, we did. Yes, we did. So that was the. Do we have any other questions on Patreon? Gio saying, keep up the great work. Results for the Azzurri. I feel that Luca Pellegrini should be on the starting left back for the Azzurri. I'm tired of seeing Emerson being called up. Also, can't wait for Milan game on the weekend with the best start time, 3:30 a.m. for him. Forza Milan. How about you, Steve Pellegrini? You think you should be starting in Emerson? I know you had said that Emerson is not maybe your favorite call-up there, but
it's not that. It's again, you have to pick the informed guys, and we find on the right-hand side where we're not always picking the right guy on the right-hand side. You understand? Like, it's time to move on from Florenzi. He's not a right back. He will get exposed. So I'd rather give a shot to a younger guy like Pellegrini, and let's see what he can do, especially against teams like Northern Ireland and Bulgaria, respectively. But a perfect example of that is Spinazzola. Spinazzola against Bulgaria, the first half destroyed the Bulgarian right back to the point that the coach had no choice but to sub him. He destroyed him. Spinazzola had one of the best halves that I have seen from a left back in the longest time. Everything was working for him. He was connecting with his left midfielder. He was making runs. He was blowing by people. He was getting corners. He was getting crosses in. You gave him a chance, so why can't you do it on the right-hand side? That's the thing that pisses me off with that, right? And that's what I'd like to see from Italy is, if you're going to give them a shot, give them a shot.
Do you predict maybe a completely different starting lineup against Lithuania, Steve? Probably not.
I don't know if it's completely different, but we lost.
We're
not going to see Florenzi because he's going back to Paris, and so is Verratti, because it seems like either they're injured.
I saw that, yeah.
So we're going to see a different midfield for sure. I don't know who he starts, either if he's going one game each. It looks like we're going to see Immobile up front. I'd like to see Locatelli in there. I think he deserves to start. I'd like to see more of Barella get involved from the beginning. And again, away to Lithuania.
He only started the second game.
Barella only started the second game, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Yeah. Sorry, guys, about the internet. We're going to cut this short. I'm going to be plugging up internet, and I think Patreon is going to help with that one there. Sorry, guys. Steve, Saturday game, 6:30 a.m. There will be no pregame chat on this one, guys. Sorry, and I feel bad for Gio waking up at 3:30 in the morning. Mansour saying if Milan wants to get back to their best, they have to pay the guys like Donnarumma while making smart signings like Diaz. Smart signings a la Tomori, right? Did you laugh? Well, laugh. People were laughing at Milan saying, the Tomori's at 28 and they're still going to ask for a discount. Hey, the Condor used to do it, right? It's business, right? If they say yes, they say yes. If not, hey, but at 28, Steve, you got to buy him, right?
28, I think it's smart business to buy him. Vince is frozen.
Definitely. So, gentlemen, we're sorry about this. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna
Okay, stop
cut
talking.
this short. You have any?
Stop talking. Stop talking. I'll end the show. I'll end the show. No one understands you, guys. Thank you very much for our Azzurri edition of Milan Weekly Podcast. He leaves me here, Vince, with this thing on my forehead. Thank you guys for your questions from Twitter, Patreon, Instagram, Facebook. Greatly appreciated. Almost an hour just talking Azzurri. I wish we had more time because it's something that's very passionate to me. Frank, special shout out to Frank. It's much better. Special shout out to Frank Antelope. Facebook Frank is back with us after a little bit of just a sidestep from all this social media stuff. And, we're on ready. Anwar, you want to know what I think about Belotti? I think Belotti needs to be more consistent. So we saw him against Bulgaria, and he scored the penalty shot, but he also missed a couple of sitters. So Belotti, if he wants to take that next step at 25-30 million, I think I would take a chance if I were Milan on Belotti.
What would you pay for Belotti, Steve?
25-30 million. That's I think what they're asking for now.
Hello, Josh. Yes, brand new member. So Stevie P, did you any indigestions, any briochkis of the week come to mind?
Oh, briochki has to be Italy. I like to see the way they play. I like to see that they got the full points. My real briochki, to be very honest with you, is the play of Locatelli. I think that. I'm gonna not be one of those guys who said Milan made a mistake, because I think Milan did make a mistake. I just think it was the wrong timing for Locatelli at Milan, where I don't think he was gonna be able to get the playing time and develop like he did at Sassuolo. And start the rumors, Locatelli to Juve. It already started right after the game, so
everybody's going to Juve, right, Steve?
Yeah,
Donnarumma. We're swapping Donnarumma for Buffon. Did you not hear?
Yeah, Donnarumma for Buffon. Juve is going to sign Aguero. They want to redo their whole midfield, and I don't know where they're going to get this money.
Aguero was coming, what is it, for free, and he's going to be paid 10 million a year or something like that. We shall see. But I can't wait for Serie A to get back on track on Saturday, Steve. So hopefully they give us a win at 6:30 in the morning, so we have the whole Saturday. Guys, remember, whoever does it, do not eat meat on Friday, right, Steve? We gotta keep up the traditions. On Thursday, we'll have a bit of fun, guys. If you guys want to join us, for any wrestling fans, we're gonna actually integrate wrestling in Serie A with Kubani and Rafa Rispo. Jamie saying Aguero is free. Juve loves a free transfer. Yes, they definitely love these free transfers. But anything in closing, Stevie P?
Yeah, indigestion for the Canadian Soccer Federation and how they botched this completely, where we were not able to watch anything of Team Canada as they qualify to the World Cup. I understand that it was the streaming model that was in effect, where it was I forget the streaming company. President is going to put it in the chat.
Where $5 was it, Steve? $5.
I think it's one, and it's not for the $5. To be very honest, Joe, I just think that if you want to take the next level as a country in soccer, you have to start by qualifying these young guys into tournaments like the Olympics, where they get some great experience. One Soccer, thank you, Presidente. One Soccer was the streaming service that bought the rights to it. I'm not complaining about the $5. To be very honest with you, if I would have known it was One Soccer, I think it was Omar and Presidente who put it in the chat a couple of days ago. If I would have known it was One Soccer and I could catch that game, I would have surely donated or given the $5 to catch that.
But it's not the $5, Steve. There's no exposure, right?
There's no exposure, exactly. Maybe it's just not getting to us. But
it's great to see that it's the program is going up, right, for Canadian soccer.
What?
Going up.
Did you watch the Mexico game?
It's better than 20 years ago.
No, we still didn't qualify for a World Cup, so how could it be better than 20 years ago?
What I'm getting at is that the core of like young players, right? You can see that there's more quality in Soccer Canada right now, and if you're not exposing that to anybody that's want to watch,
I disagree 100%.
You still think we're still like a shitty
We're
team?
5 to 10 years behind everybody.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we should pay more. I should pay more attention to actually watching those games.
You understand, like the talent that Canada has, and I don't want to be here and sit and be one of those quarterback guys, but you watch the game and you see that these kids and they're superior athletes, and we strive and we beat countries like we've beat today 10-0. But the thing is, as soon as we reach a soccer nation that has some tactical ability and passes the ball and makes us play their game, we cannot survive. And this cannot be an ongoing problem for 20 years.
True.
So as a federation and and I know they're making changes. We've spoken to a lot of people, and we have Jason DiTullio on that staff. We have Andrew Olivieri, who I went to school with. We have Vitulano, a fellow Milan Club Montreal member, coaching on that staff. And it's no disrespect to them. It's just that they're not getting fed the players at a certain level where they can take them to that next phase of soccer. And, the U.S. has tripled the population that we have. We need to be better as a federation to get into these tournaments and get Canada noticed, because, Alphonso Davies, tip my hat. We put us on the map. There's other players that have gone through this federation and had talent and decided not to play with Canada.
Yeah.
Which I cannot discredit them, or I cannot be.
It's an understandable.
I cannot be hypocritical and say, "Oh, I would have never done that. I would have probably done the same thing." But we need to be able to keep these players here playing for Canada, and that's how we're going to take the next step.
Hopefully, one saying U.S. and Canada 5 years away from getting Mexico's level and CONCACAF, Canada even more. Yeah, definitely. But we just want to see, I think, what was it, 86, Steve, that we qualified to the World Cup, but we only qualified because I think Mexico was the host. So that's why we automatically qualified. Stevie P, anything else? We shall talk next Monday. I know we'll be watching the game on Saturday, 6:30 a.m. Gio, feel bad for you guys. For all Europeans, at least it's a proper time. But the Gio at 3:30 in the morning, what a trooper! I know our fellow Patreon member, Morocco's getting there. A lot of potential, a new generation. Hakimi, Buna, and even Morocco, they always have, and Brahim Diaz, joining the national team. So should be a fun World Cup, and seeing all these players, and see, that's what I'm getting, Steve, with playing FIFA. I'm getting more of these names. I'm getting more knowledge, and I'm doing pretty good, Steve. I'm doing pretty good, but I haven't been playing with Milan, because as soon as I got to that level, these guys are playing with the Bayern Munichs and the PSG, so I had to adapt. We'll stay tuned for that your coaching session one of these times, and we'll have some fun. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. Thank you to all the comments, all the listeners, and even to guys like Larry that get impatient after 2 minutes that we haven't started yet. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting, and ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan and Forza Azzurri. Can't say Forza Italia because it's politically incorrect.
Ciao, guys.